All right, for all my people that still watch wrestling, this is another episode of Yes, We Still Watch Wrestling. This is Steve Dent. Shaq is here. Chili is here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got
What up?
We got a lot to talk about, man. But specifically, we are gonna talk about the road to WrestleMania, man. We're gonna do our predictions, man. We're gonna talk about what we think is about to happen. The road to WrestleMania has officially begun. We are the road to the chamber now. After Chambers Mania, man. So everybody's trying to figure out what's about to happen.
Boy. Your life comes at you fast.
Just like that. We about here, man.
Boy.
If this wasn't the Trips era, this probably would be easy to figure out. But this is a little difficult. I ain't gonna lie. It's a little difficult to kind of outline exactly.
One question in late life, man, after Rumble, man.
Right. There is
Trips must be pertaining to the dollar amount for these WrestleMania tickets, because boy.
Hey man, they crazy.
Boy.
It's cool. I'm cool watching it. It's like the
I
Super Bowl.
watching
I'm cool
it
watching it
live.
now.
I ain't got it, dog.
Yeah, I can watch it. I can watch it live on TV.
You know, I try to make it work. You know, I'm trying to look, well, maybe I ain't got it, dog. Like, I'm looking, trying to possibly make it work.
Yeah.
Got to sell popcorn to get into the stadium or something to figure it out.
There's two things I want to do, though. We're going to switch it up tonight. There's two things I want to do before we get to the road to WrestleMania, man. Number one, there's something I feel like we got to talk about. We have to. Number one, last night was a great episode of AEW, but if you have not seen Swerve versus Ricochet, please watch that match.
Ricochet with the worst finisher in the world. I don't care. That shit is horrible. Calls it the Spirit Gun, and it's literally Will Ospreay's finisher in reverse. With the other side of his forearm.
Between that and Motor City Machine Gun finisher, there's finisher.
The name of it is dope, though. The name of the
Skull of Bones.
The name is dope. How it looks is horrible.
It's awful. It looks like a normal, I just tagged you in. Winter. Like, we just gonna do this quick move real quick and try for a pin. But Tony Storm, if you saw last night, then you might have legit been confused. There were some people that was legit confused and thought Mariah May been at Duck Donuts going to town.
That's who's wrestling in the world right now. Argue with your mama. That's
go ahead into it. I was just about to say quick.
Granny, whoever.
I was just about to say quick thoughts on her performance last night and what she did.
Man. There's a reason why
we talking about PWIs.
Well, brother, you could take that risk. We gonna talk. Me and Willie gonna talk about the wrestling.
I've learned enough about liking shit on IG and everything. Nah, bro.
You can take that risk.
I focus on what I need to focus on.
Yeah, right.
There's a reason why she was PWI's #1 wrestler, man. You know, easily best character in the game right now. Yeah. What she's done with her character works, and she's come over from WWE to AEW is chef's kiss. Like, if you like stories, she has portrayed it to a T, and she is in character all the time. She reminds me, as far as her character work, and I was a big Lacey Evans fan when she was a Southern Belle, being like a total asshole. Like, and Sealer, like, stayed in that character.
They flopped their character.
They did. They messed it up big time, man, with Lacey Evans. But again, that's either here or there. She didn't want to wrestle anymore to begin with. It was just something to do for her.
And now she on OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know if she's on OnlyFans or not.
No, she got OnlyFans.
I have no. I don't know what OnlyFans.
We have no knowledge of that.
Yeah, I have no knowledge of none of those things.
Only.
Oh yeah, okay.
You living on the edge.
Yo, brother. He right.
I got Google. Just a research purposes only.
You forgot you on the road to Castle Black, didn't you?
I'm already at the doorstep, my brother.
What? Your watch is about to end.
About to begin.
Hey, your watch is about to begin. But go ahead, Tilly.
Nah, but literally, man, Toni Storm is knocking it out the park. I don't know if you love wrestling and you like storytelling and character work. You have to watch her AEW run since she started the timeless Toni Storm gimmick and what has transitioned to. I mean, great in-ring wrestler. There's nothing negative you can really say about Toni Storm. You know, the epitome of what you look for in a wrestler. I know WWE regrets getting rid of her, albeit it was mainly because of Vince, you know, and him not knowing how to book his way out of a fucking brown paper bag.
So I imagine there's a lot of people Trips looking at now, like, man, I wish this was like 4 years ago and you were still here, man. Like,
give me opportunity.
Yeah, just give me opportunity, man. So, Shaq, what you got?
I agree with every sentiment that Chili made. You can't hate on it. Like, I know people like to joke on AEW, say they wrestling in front of 20 people, XYZ. You can't hate on work. Like, if somebody can hoop and they go to a D3 college, they can still hoop, right? Like, they'll still get drafted by the way they hoop. If you love wrestling, dog, you can't say nothing negative about Tony Storm. Character work, promos, in-ring work. Like, what else do you want? Like, I don't understand it. Definitely deserve to be number one, and she's killing the game right now.
Yeah, I was a little behind on the program last night, and I was getting ready to skip through just so I can get the Ricochet and Swerve, and then I saw what I saw. I was like, hold on, let me backtrack this real quick, and I saw what she did, man. It was brilliant. It was brilliant, man. One of the best performances of the year for sure. So that's dope. All right, I need for 2 seconds, my good brothers. I need y'all to close your eyes. All right, I know it's gonna sound. I know that sounds crazy.
What?
Well, I hope it knows
These are to close your eyes for 5 seconds. Go ahead.
How about just look away
I'll
from
just
the
look at.
screen?
How about I
Yeah,
just
how about just look away from the
minimize
screen?
the screen?
Look at it. Look
just
at
gonna
it.
minimize the
eyes.
screen. Let me know when I can bring the screen back up.
Boys having flashbacks, ain't they?
Yeah.
Boys,
Oh, there's no
boys,
such thing.
Oh, just look.
boys,
Yeah.
all right, can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Now, can we look? Now?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So here's what we are about to do. We are about to play the gauntlet. All right. And for those of you who have not seen the gauntlet been done on social media, we're about to break the rules down for you now. So here is what we're gonna do. I have a picture up right now. The gentlemen Chili and Shaq cannot speak until they see a better in-ring performer than Chris Jericho.
All right. Now, this is like throughout his career.
Yeah, about to say that's what I was
All
about to
time.
ask.
All time.
All time?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All time.
And we
Yeah, a
can't
better.
speak until we see somebody better.
You can't speak until you see somebody better. So I'm gonna give it 5 seconds between each picture, and then I'm gonna move on to the next because
You said just in ring, because of the promos or just in ring?
nah, just in-ring performer,
Okay.
just in-ring performer, in-ring performer. Since I can't see y'all technically right now, I'm gonna count 5 seconds, and then
So we can't say nothing. I can't make any comments as I'm just like,
nope, you can't say a word.
I can't be like, dang man, his last 2 to 3 years have been total doo doo.
Nah.
When we see somebody better, we
Yes. Are we ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Go. You just go to the next one. Go to the next one. I pause for a moment, but go to the next one. Oh yeah, go to the next one. Go to the next one. Hey, Dean walks so Chris could run. Go to the next one. Next one. Killing me here.
can stop
Yo, what?
right here. We
Ooh,
can stop right here.
Yeah.
ooh, you stopping right here?
Yeah, I'll stop right.
No, I'm not.
I'll
All
stop
right,
right.
Willie, we're gonna keep going with you.
I'll
All right,
stop right here.
all right.
I have to take the collective, so no. All right, I'll stop right there. Yeah, I'll stop.
We were very close stopping at Mr. Perfect, by the way.
Oh yeah, I
like,
paused for a moment. Like,
Let's
be close at
all
stopping
right.
at Mr. Perfect.
Let's go back. So for my viewers who may be just now watching wrestling, this is Juventud Guerrero. So I just wanted to go back.
Juice.
This Juventud Guerrero, just in case you did not know who this was. All right. I heard
Dang,
Shaq
Mr.
sigh
Perfect.
when I got to Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, that was close.
I feel like y'all moved on for Taz a little bit too quick. I agree with moving on, but I agree.
His run wasn't that, like, I at least
Wasn't
got to
long
put somebody
enough.
there with longevity.
Okay, all right, and then I'm gonna show y'all who I had after.
How many
Seth.
more was left?
I'm gonna show you. So I can't remember off the top of my head, but Eddie was next.
We would have stopped right.
Yeah, I would definitely stopped at Eddie. I would have stopped.
Ray was next after Eddie. Ricky was after
Ricky was a
Ray.
lot before my time. You know, I've seen a lot of his matches, but
Yeah.
you know, great
Hey.
great Irish whip. So
I would've stopped right there.
Great Irish whip.
yeah,
Coulda-
I would have
and
stopped
drop
at
kick.
AJ.
Yeah, drop kick. I'd
Yeah,
have stopped right
DB
there.
was right there,
I would have
AJ.
stopped at deep. Yeah,
Stopped at
definitely.
AJ.
and then Sean.
But of course,
I
come
would
on,
have
man.
stopped at
Chill out.
Sean
Yeah.
too.
Just in
out.
case, y'all was like, you know what I'm saying? We was gonna have to stop at some point. So I had HBK last.
That's pretty good. The gauntlet.
That was
was a good one.
That was a gauntlet, man. Okay, all right. So Willie, you stopped at Seth. Like, you stopped where?
Something trips.
Why Trips over Chris Jericho? I'm curious. As an in-ring performer,
All right.
because
So
I'm surprised. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't necessarily argue with that. Trips definitely has a case. I have Chris Jericho over Trips, so but why you got Trips?
I was one of the people who like didn't want to say didn't give Trips his props because he gives props for being an when I
Yeah.
really sat, I did this like maybe like last year, like when his career was over, like last 2-3 years, I went back and started watching a lot of his matches and stuff like that. Trips put on, like
One.
put,
Yeah.
on, I'm talking about put on from like angles to in-ring performances to classic matches, from like
Mhm.
even like way back in the day when he was still scrawny in DX before the steroids, like
Mhm.
that ladder match with The Rock at SummerSlam, like classic. The feud with Austin was at the 3 stages of hell, like classic. Of course, the end of the era, Hell in the Cell match, classic. Like the feud with Kurt, like classic. Like that man is put on and like put a lot.
Yeah,
I
No.
no
was
No.
like,
disagree
damn.
at all.
I was
No
like, damn, you just
question.
keep it on him.
Nah, I never. I've always gave Trips his props
It's sort of like
because
somebody that like is great. Like, damn, this dude is great. But when like we talk about like Mount Rushmore or like top 5, his name really don't get brought up a lot.
yeah, I think people got tired of him at some point, but
Well,
Trips,
you can't say
man,
that
like
because people got Cena in their Mount Rushmore, and everybody was tired of Cena
it's
in the
different.
Super Cena era.
It's
Everybody was
different.
tired of Cena.
It's different.
How so?
Because Cena was like the ultimate baby face that was put on to carry a company. Like Trips never was put in the spot to carry the company like Cena. You could say at some point like they were forcing them or whatever because all the title reigns or whatnot. When a lot of times when you're depicted as the ultimate villain, you don't really get shot to a lot of people's Mount Rushmore. It's only special villains that do that. You feel me? He has the same issue as Randy Orton. Like I feel like Randy Orton don't get enough respect. You know what I
I
mean?
agree.
But I feel like the same issue with Randy Orton, same issue with Triple H. A lot of people would put Cena over Randy Orton just because of all the moments that Cena has had and things like that. But when you really, that's why I asked that question like 10 episodes ago, like, is John Cena really a better in-ring wrestler than Randy Orton? Because I feel like he don't get that respect. And with Trips, like what a lot of people sleep on with Trips, his in-ring psychology was second to none. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as wrestling, like, there's nobody that can engage the fans as much as Triple H from a heel perspective and from a babyface perspective. For me though, Chris did it on all 3 levels. It's almost like with Chris, you have somebody who won state championships and in high school, won state championships and was a legend in college, and then went on to the NFL to be an all-time great. Starting from the cruiserweight classics, like on every level. Then he get to call it the WWE classics on every level, whether we talking about Mania or whatever. Then he gets to AEW when I personally felt like he was way out of his prime. I didn't think he was going to do anything at AEW. I thought he was just going to be a name to draw attention. And he puts on classes at AEW. Now, people are calling for his retirement now, but how many years has AEW has been around? He,
Five,
about
5
six,
years
five
ago.
years now, I
about
think.
5 years now.
Yeah.
So it took 5 years into AEW's run where he's well out of his, prime for them to now say he's washed. They were just saying he's washed as of last year. So I think Chris, man, when you talk about longevity, it don't get much better than Chris, man. But I just wanted to hear your take in regards to Trips. I agree, Willie, I do agree with you though. I definitely put Seth over Chris.
I wouldn't argue with that at all.
I'm just gonna say I don't recall really much weak product from Seth since he's
Yeah,
come on the main roster. I
yeah.
can't really think of any times when he's really like had a lull as far as like his in-ring work. Like the last couple of years for Chris hasn't been, you know what I mean? He started off hot, strong in AEW, but it's slowly but surely over time just teetered downhill in my opinion.
He's in his Anderson Silva phase right now. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
Yeah.
actual.
He's staying around too long. He's staying around too long. Dang, the only, as far as Seth, is I've been a fan of him from day one. But the only low that he has in his career, in my opinion, the only flunk of a match he's had, y'all remember when Dean Ambrose turned on him when they reunited the Shield and then Roman left and then Dean randomly just out of nowhere turned on Seth.
Yeah.
And I want to say Seth he might have been the IC. No, he didn't have a belt at the time. But they fought at a pay-per-view, and that match was a huge disappointment. Dean won. Dean with Mott's now, of course, for people, but at the time he was Dean. Dean won, but that match was bad. That match was bad. I don't know if it was a time constraint thing. I don't know if it was a situation where stuff ain't just go right, but that match was bad. But that's the only low I got for Seth. Cool, man. So yeah, man. Wanted to see what y'all boys thought about that. So that was dope. That was dope.
That was the only low.
That's the only one I could think of on the top of my head.
Well, you can say like the Messiah character
Yeah,
wasn't
I like
the
the
best.
Messiah.
I mean, the one when he had AOP as his henchman.
That's Shaq's
Was that
favorite.
Messiah?
That's Shaq's
Really?
favorite. That's Shaq's
God.
favorite version of Seth.
That
I
was
love the
not.
Messiah. The Monday Night Messiah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was not. I didn't like that one the most.
The Hell in the Cell with the Fiend is definitely a miss. 1,000%. 1,000% a miss.
It wasn't the best match. I can.
It
I
wasn't
can
the
understand.
best match,
One,
but
but
I
wouldn't say
I don't agree with that. I
whoever
don't agree with
produced
that.
it. I think they didn't handle the Fiend character correctly to begin with.
That
So
ain't had nothing
again,
to do
like-
with Seth.
Yeah,
That was in the match.
Hey, it's same thing with Randy. Like the Randy and Fiend match was bad, but it had nothing to do with Randy. It was more so like how they booked
produced
the
it.
Fiend.
Yeah.
How they produced it. Yeah, that's different. Like the Seth and Dean was more comparable to Jimmy and Jey Uso's disappointment in their match. You know what I'm saying? Whereas
I
like
get what you're saying, but when it goes down to somebody asks what was the worst Hell in the Cell match, they're gonna say Seth Rollins' name.
I don't even
Yeah, no,
agree with that. I don't even agree.
What was worse than that?
I don't even agree. I might have to go back and watch the tape. That's
What
not.
was worse
I'm
than
about to
that?
go back. Nah, you forget. Like there was 3-4 years in a row. There was like 3 Hell in the Cell matches.
No,
on
I
each
take it
pay-per-view
back. I
card.
take it back.
Yeah,
I take
that
it
one
back.
the worst one, bro.
It was the Undertaker versus the Big Boss Man. I take
Yeah.
it back.
Yeah, that was bad. That was
The
bad.
Undertaker versus the Big Boss Man.
That was bad. That was bad.
Yeah.
That was a bad match. He said the GOAT, but that was a bad match.
The Undertaker.
You act like
Well,
Michael
go
ain't never
ahead,
had a
yeah.
bad match.
Where they hung a man on live TV and nothing happened.
Hey man,
man,
but I mean,
come on,
I
man.
don't remember that match being bad though. It wasn't good, but I don't remember that match being bad.
Watch it again. It's just terrible. From the rest to the production, everything was terrible in that match. To the ending, everything was
When the
bad.
last time you watched it?
A couple months ago.
All right, I'll go back and watch it. Okay, cool. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, man. We on the road to WrestleMania eventually. I mean, not eventually, officially.
Eventually, we there, bro.
We here.
There were worse matches. I just pulled up worst Hell in the Cells of all time.
Yeah, there's worse matches in that match, bro. You
It's
tripping?
throwing some out there.
You tripping?
I'm about to look to see if that
I
match
don't
is
think
even...
you went through all the Hell in the Cell matches,
I just
bro.
said mine. Undertaker versus Boss Man. I know what I'm talking about. That was bad. Stuff.
You talking about Ryback versus Punk?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
Kane versus Undertaker in 2010.
Is that the one where Kane won? Where Kane finally won? If that's it, I don't agree with that one.
The heel turn. Yeah, because Barrett turned in that match, if I believe.
I don't know about that one, but keep going.
Yeah. That was number 4. Number 5 is Punk versus Ryback and Paul Heyman. That was in 2013. Roman versus Braun in 2018.
Yeah, that wasn't
That's
a good match.
number 6. Austin and Taker versus Mankind and Kane. That was on a Raw. Number 8 is Punk versus Taker. 9 is Shane versus Taker, and 10 is Kane versus Mankind on Raw.
Y'all know what a top 3 Hell in a Cell match is for me anyway that nobody ever talks about? That Armageddon that Armageddon match. That 6-way match. Where it was Rikishi, Kurt, Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, and I'm forgetting one person. Might have been, was Jericho in that match?
Probably.
I know for a fact it was Kurt Angle, Stone Cold, The Rock, Rikishi, and Undertaker. I know that for a fact. I can't remember who the 6th person was. But that match, The Rock. Did I say The Rock?
You said The Rock.
I can't remember who the 6th person was. But that match is fire. It may not be top 3. It might be, but it might be. I think it's top 5 at least.
Top 3 for me, definitely got to put that Taker Triple H one with Shawn as
End of
the
the era. End of an era.
special
Take it.
guest referee.
Take a Sean. That's number one. That WrestleMania 28 match for me is one, and then 2 is HBK Taker, and then 3 is probably Trips and Batista.
Trips and Batista, yeah.
Trips and Batista was pretty dope.
Yeah.
And then 4 for me is New Day versus Usos. That match was fire. Who was it? Who was it that Sasha attacked before the match started? Was that Charlotte or Becky?
Becky.
I can't remember, but one of them had
I
a
believe
great
they
match.
had a Hell in a Cell match.
But yeah, so here's what we're gonna do, man. As far as the road to WrestleMania, so I'm gonna throw out a name because they kind of help out, right? I'm gonna throw out a name, and then we're gonna kind of
We could cut this part out. Are we gonna book both nights tonight, or for more content you want to do night 1, well now do night 2?
we're not gonna separate it. We just gonna put it on the
What
mat.
may be main events, what may not.
Yeah.
We're gonna book like
Cause it's too
16 matches. Our max, we're gonna book like 16. That's our max. We'll do 16
Yeah.
matches right now. That's our max.
They're not
We're not-
gonna
no,
do
no.
8 matches. Max are doing is 6 matches a night.
Yeah,
Max,
but we
I'm
not okay. So we not booking all the matches.
Okay, that's okay.
Doesn't
Good.
matter.
All
No.
right. Okay, good. All right.
Predictions
Yeah.
for matches, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
But so I mean, it's too difficult to see outside of the main events. It's too difficult to see like what's gonna be night 1 and what's
Yeah,
gonna be night
I
2.
know,
That's like playing the lottery. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna throw a name out, and we're gonna predict their path to WrestleMania. You know what I'm saying? As far as their card. So here we go. All right, first name I got for you. We're gonna start off. On the mid card level. LA Knight. What happens with LA Knight at WrestleMania?
He's right on the card.
Yeah, he might be like Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Yeah,
Nah, they can't do LA Knight like that. At least give him a rematch with Shinsuke. That's what I got. I got him having a rematch with
Shinsuke-
Shinsuke.
Shinsuke's not even
Man.
gonna be
Man.
champion. Shinsuke's not even gonna be champion come WrestleMania.
Who gonna be the U.S. champ?
Jacob Fatu. All right, hear me out now. Jacob Fatu is going to be on that fucking card in a
He
singles
is.
match. He's
So
going to be fighting Jimmy. And I want it to be for the U.S. title. And I think Jimmy wins it before then. And Jacob takes it off him at Mania. Or and I don't see how Jacob loses at Mania.
he's not losing that Mania.
Because I would love to see him and Jay as champs, but one of them is gonna it ain't happening that way. So I would see Jimmy winning it before then, maybe at Elimination Chamber, and I don't think there's another, or maybe a Saturday night main event or some shit.
So when is so all right? So LA Knight is gonna get his rematch. When is that happen?
SmackDown before or something like that.
So yeah, TV taping,
Dang,
the TV taping.
dang.
And he might win it, and then get fed to Jacob.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with that, but
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think Jacob is going after the U.S. or Intercontinental title.
you can't go after any other ones right now.
I think they build him up to shoot him straight to the heavyweight. I think this road is straight to either the heavyweight or the WWE title. I don't think he doing that, yo.
There's too many people ahead of him right now, in my opinion, with stories
It's a very
name.
convoluted field.
That's-
right
that's
now.
why
name recognition.
That's why I think they're gonna take their time with it. Like,
To have him just beating niggas up without any kind of reward for it. Like, you can only give him the strong man, I kill everybody, I kill niggas, you know what I mean, path, but so long without giving him a belt.
but all right. So here's my pushback. Think about the monsters that they've booked, pause, over the years, right? So Braun Strowman, people like that. With Braun,
Did he not have a belt before he won?
I don't remember Braun ever being. I remember him being tag champ with that kid, but I don't remember him ever having the U.S. title or the Intercontinental title.
He's won the IC title.
When did he win that? Was that before or after like his feud with like Roman and them when he went after the title?
I have no idea. I just did a quick Google. He's been Money in the Bank winner in 2018. So again, I would credit that to like rewarding someone for their dominance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a title.
Now I can see that happening with Jacob. I can see him winning Money in the Bank this year. I could
Nah, he's
definitely.
not winning that. I like Shinsuke's losing that title at Elimination Chamber. Money in the Bank isn't coming up.
Don't hate
right?
on my dog Shinsuke. Now, money to buy after
Yeah, I
Mania.
don't think they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but they did do Shinsuke pretty dirty in the Rumble, but
He's doing dirty.
I don't.
He's not attractive. He's not. I hate to say it right now, man. He ain't hot shit right now. He ain't.
He just
touching
got
the
the belt
thermostat.
though. He just got the belt. Like it almost feel like he got
Yeah,
the
and
belt
look,
like a
and look
month
what's
ago.
happened. Like it ain't really moved nothing.
But
it didn't
this
move
is
the needle.
historic. Shinsuke never defends the belt that he has ever. This is history with him. He doesn't defend his belt.
He defended the belt twice
Look it up.
already.
Look it up. No, look at it. He
No,
don't
I'm
beat
talking
the
about right.
Shin-
I ain't talking
Whenever
about
he
the past.
wins
I'm
the
talking about
title,
right now.
he don't be. It's on par. He don't be
No, I'm
defending the
I'm
belt.
talking about right now. He's already defended the belt twice.
2 times in how many months did he win? How long did he win the title?
But you said never. So I mean,
Okay, hyperbole. Like he doesn't defend the belt.
Okay, so I don't see him losing that belt before Mania, but I mean it could happen. I don't know.
All right,
man.
so wait, he's defended it twice.
He's been defended twice. He defended
Well, actually,
it
no,
one-
I take that back. He's defended it one time. He won
Okay,
it,
so
and then October,
he had a
LA
match with
Knight
LA Knight.
beat him. He lost that one. Then he won it. Then he won. So he tried it, lost, then won it again in November.
So when he fought Andrade the second time, that one for the U.S. title.
Hold on. I'm pulling up all his title defenses right now. Then he had the IC title in 21, 22. Beat Apollo Crews for it. Defended it against Crews. Then lost it to Sami Zayn. Tag champ, I'm not going to do that. His first Intercontinental title run was 201 days. Beat Finn Balor for it. Then defends it against Ali. Mustafa Ali wins. Defends it against Miz, wins. Loses to Roman. And then how the hell did he get the title back? Because
Think about that. 201 days, defended it twice.
And then he
Sound like
lost
Conor
it to
McGregor.
Braun.
Sound like Conor McGregor. Well,
Looking
actually,
at- let
no,
me
it
see,
don't,
hold
because
on.
he actually defended it. So never
Wait,
mind.
This man had a 2-day. They got a 2-day motherfucking U.S. title run. That's nasty, Brad. That is disgusting. Beat Rusev, then proceeded to lose to R-Truth. I wonder, was that the one where he forgot to jump out? That's what that was. He forgot to
Yeah.
kick out when he was supposed to. I think that's what that was.
Because Jacob's gonna have another match with Braun, so we got to factor that in. Maybe two, because the first one.
And it makes sense for the title, bro. That just makes that much fire.
I don't know, man. I mean, but hey, it's not something you could. I don't see it right now, but it could happen. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like it can't happen. It could happen. We never know. So all right, y'all got. Well, Shaq, I don't know. Did you give a prediction about LA Knight?
Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Dang, that's
my
cold.
prediction for him.
That's
right?
cold. I think y'all
They'll
doing
have
LA
him
Knight
there
dirty.
just for the
That's cold.
you know, the
Yeah,
fan
nah,
reaction. But again, he wasn't at last year's,
he too
so
popular.
he might end up
He
being
was at
there
last
as
year's.
the
He fought
Lord.
AJ Styles. He saw.
That was at Mania.
That was at Mania, yeah. That was night 2 at Mania. Yeah, I just watched it the other day. It was
Okay, all right.
yeah, AJ Styles versus LA Knight. So I mean, yeah, nah, he having a match. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know who is against. My prediction was that rematch with Shinsuke, at Mania. I that's my prediction. He gonna have. I'm willing to bet he's gonna have a match. I cannot see them just throwing him in the Andre the Battle Royal. Whatever that joint called. I can't see that because he is popular at the end of the day. He's too popular for him not to at least have one match on a 2-night card. That's crazy. That's insane, actually. So nah, I have him rematch Shinsuke, but either way, he's gonna be on that card on a 1-on-1 match. Or maybe they put him with a tag team, but I can't see him in that Battle Royal though. I can't see that. I can't see him going from where he's been all year to catering. I can't see that. So all right, cool. So next. Damian Priest. Now, this one, I will say before y'all even go, there's rumors that the match
You ain't got to
is
say the rumors. Drew McIntyre.
True.
so
That
y'all
just makes sense.
so y'all think that's a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Drew isn't going to be in the title picture, and that's who eliminated him. You know, he's always about that revenge shit. Roman is off doing his thing, so you can't pick on him. Can't pick on Punk. They need to give him something because he's going to be on the card.
Yeah, for sure.
Why not get my get back for this bitch ass dude who fucking stole my belt?
That can't happen at Elimination Chamber though.
Nah. think that's too big of a match for Chad. I think that's a Mania-worthy match, in my opinion.
All right, cool. Bailey.
Yeah,
Bailey.
Pop rocks.
She's on whatever NXT promotion show they got.
You put her on
She's
Stand and Deliver? Or you be all
No.
types of disrespectful tonight. That's
not-
crazy, dog.
Look, there isn't. I don't think there's enough like women's matches to go around on both nights of Mania. At least like non-title ones.
I can see
and
her
it's
being
gotta
in a
hit.
tag match or something. I ain't put her on Stand. That Stand and Deliver, that's crazy for Bailey, dog. She's already at Vengeance Day. She will be for on Vengeance
That's
Day.
like what is that match supposed to be?
It's a triple
only
threat.
triple threat, right?
It's a triple threat. It's between Julia, Bailey, and Rox. I actually agree with Shaq. I do think she wrestles Pop Rox for sure. And I don't see Bailey them putting
Maybe her
Bailey.
versus Lyra Valkyrie or something, but I don't know if they're even on the same show.
Lyra, she might be on Stand and Deliver. She
Nah, she the U.S. pitch, the women's.
there's
US
no way
champion.
you telling me Sisuke losing the
Intercontinental
belt
champion.
before Lyra Valkyrie. Cause she
Give
ain't
me-
got
give
no
me
motion
Bailey
right now. At
versus,
least we was
Lyra.
excited about Sisuke entrance. Like
Right? Give me
Lyra.
Bailey versus Lyra. I'll do that. I'll go for that.
Well, I say Lyra ain't got no motion right now. I can see that. Well, hold on. Ain't Lyra's on? All right, yeah, Lyra's on Raw. Bailey's on Raw now. I can see that. Okay, all right.
They're gonna have
cool.
to actually get that title off her because she ain't hitting worth nothing.
Y'all already talked about Jacob was the next name I had, but y'all already mentioned which I got him. I will say this: I didn't say anything about Jacob. I said this last episode. I got Solo versus Jacob at Mania, so that's my prediction for him. We talked about Shinsuke, so that was the next name I had. After that, do y'all got a prediction for Solo?
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Jacob and Solo?
Jacob,
That goes back to the whole how Solo did Jimmy. Losing has
Mhm.
consequences.
Yep.
Jacob come out there, hey, bro, losing has consequences.
you got to run my
Yeah.
fade, dog.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'd be
yeah.
interested
see
in
it.
seeing if that ends up turning Solo face.
Mhm.
I'd be curious to see how the fans react to that.
Now, for the record, Willie, I will say this: your prediction about Jimmy versus Jacob for the U.S. title, I wouldn't mind Jimmy winning the U.S. title at all. I just want to
Yeah.
make that clear. And then I look at that whole Shinsuke situation like this: like Shinsuke and who's the other person I'm thinking of? Shinsuke and
Right?
who else they called up for NXT that they did mad dirty? Like they did not.
Couple people. Well, a
Nah,
lot of
but
people.
who the top two that we always talk about? Shinsuke is one. Who's the other one? Shayna. That's it. Shayna. Shinsuke and Shayna are the two that we like. They've done a few people dirty, but those two right there, they are undisputed 1 and 2. And I look at it from the standpoint of Shinsuke put the U.S. title on him as soon as he changed character. If he's trying to redeem what happened with Shinsuke, then you don't do Shinsuke like that. You know what I'm saying? You book him better so he can have motion. You know what I mean? I'm just like how you did with Braun. Braun ain't defended the IC title much since he won it back from Jay, right? But you booked him well in the Rumble. Like you booked him well since. Like he's
He's had
spared.
some matches since he won. Like he's been beating up on motherfucking Sheamus a couple of times. You know
He
what I
had-
mean? Like
he had-
you know
he
that's
had-
gonna be their match, but
He had the match with I only remember him wrestling twice since he beat Jay. I only remember him wrestling for the
Yeah,
IC
for
title.
yeah.
For the IC
he
title.
was,
Yeah.
'cause he won on the debut of Raw. He won
Yeah.
on
Like-
after. Yeah.
He defended it at Saturday Night Main Event in that triple threat.
He's had
And he defended that Saturday
1,
Night
2,
main event
3,
again against Sheamus.
4. He's had 4 title defenses since
Since-
he beat Jay.
Since he beat Jay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Beat up on Sheamus. Then the triple threat, he beat up on Sheamus and Ludwig.
Yeah, I got
Then-
that one.
Beat up on Ludwig again. And then beat up on Sheamus again.
I forgot about the one with Luke slapped him. Okay. I forgot about that one. Okay. All right.
So he's had some title defenses. Let's
Okay.
see. His first reign was a short one because he beat Sammy, and then beat him 2 out of 3 falls, and then lost to Jay.
Okay. All right. So let's get to the heavy hitters. Who do y'all have Rhea defending her title against?
That's the mystery one, man. Like, because I don't see nothing directly leading towards her right now.
Liv. The only one person so far, and that's Liv.
They're
Who she
going to take
face?
the tag titles, man. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah. Who she face?
She faced EO.
I would have said
So
Io,
so
but
it's so here's
Yeah,
what I would say.
DQ. Right, yeah, because it was DQ. Yeah,
It was a DQ. It's a DQ. And then they've been low key hitting at a Rhea EO.
That's what I want to say. Rhea versus
that's
Io.
Monday night again on Raw, like they had a face to face. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rhea Io.
I'm a because of, and I'm only doing this because I don't want to see this, but I'm only doing this strictly off of what they just did with Charlotte. We've been hearing Becky and Charlotte been coming back. They shot Charlotte back to the moon, you know. And we're gonna talk about Charlotte in a second. But I do think it's gonna be Rhea versus Becky. Do I want to see that match at Mania? No, but I think Becky makes an appearance at. I think she enters that Elimination Chamber match and she wins. If she's in that chamber match, she's winning. You know what I mean? This is what it is. Now, I would love to see Rhea versus Io, though. That would be my pick. I would love to see Rhea versus Io.
Rhea versus Io.
Okay. Who you got, Willie?
Low hanging fruit, yeah. Rhea versus Io.
Mm.
Other potential for Rhea, Nikki Bella or Trish Stratus.
Okay.
If they end up, or I was gonna say Alexa Bliss, but I think she's going to SmackDown.
She is going to
If I'm not
SmackDown.
mistaken. Okay, yeah,
That's where the Wyatts are, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what the Wyatts are.
yeah. So I'll go Io, but honorable mention either Trish or Nikki Bella.
And that's
They throw
my since you brought it up, Willie, we can go to that next. That's my prediction for the women's titles. I think it's gonna be Liv and Raquel versus Alexa and Nikki Cross
Add the
at Mania.
Bianca and Naomi. I think that's where they lose the titles at. And
I
like
think
a
they
triple threat, a
So
six-man tag.
I got them losing the titles before that because I think you
Really?
got to. I think you got to set up Bianca versus Jade. I think I got if that. How can I say this? If no other match I have is locked in, I have Bianca versus Jade locked in. Like I'm 100% confident in that. I might be wrong because it could have been Naomi.
But what if it was Naomi that attacked?
It could have been Naomi, but I'm going with the feeling I have Bianca doing it. I do. I have Bianca being the one that attacked Jade. I think when Jade eventually does, I think Liv and Raquel have a match against Bianca and Naomi. I don't know if it's going to be a chamber. I don't know if it's going to be on SmackDown. I don't know if it's going to be on Raw, but it's going to be before WrestleMania. That's when Jade comes back, goes after either Bianca or Naomi. Now, here's the kicker, though. Here's what I will say. What if it was both of them? And what if we get a hit?
What?
What if it was both of them, yo? I'm just throwing this out there. This is something I thought about, yo. If you look at how Naomi and Bianca been acting, right? What if it was both of them that attacked Jade? I don't know if y'all saw. Perked my attention to this was the promo that they cut. The last one they cut, asking, "Have we found out if anything has happened to Jade?" And Jade went on social media and commented, "You sure?" Was that directed at one of them, or was that directed at both? It could be a situation where we about to get a heel stable between Bianca, Naomi, and maybe somebody else. Naomi has already hinted on it. She hinted last year the heel turn. Bianca been acting funny. What if it was both of them that attacked Jade?
Jade.
You know what I'm saying?
Get the new girl out the way.
Get her out the way. You know what I mean? Bianca tired of carrying that weight. Naomi wanted to be in that spot from the beginning anyway. What if it was both of them? But
so that means Jade needs a partner, or she gonna go at it solo?
That's the other question. That I don't know. But I was just thinking, like, what if? Because I do think when Jade comes back, she's gonna cost them the titles, and I think they're gonna have a program, and I think Raquel. That's my pick. I think Raquel and Liv gonna have a. Now it could be for that women's tag team titles. They could do it like they did the men last year. It could be like a 6-women tag where it's like multiple tag teams or whatever. So we could see a situation like that. Only question is, like, if Jade go get a partner, who's she going to get? That's the only $1 million question. I really see a one-on-one. Let me say this: I'm hoping we get a one-on-one match between Bianca and Jade at Mania. I say it.
I don't want it yet. I want it. I don't want it this Mania. I want to wait.
When we waiting to? What we waiting for?
Either next Mania or SummerSlam. I need that to cook a little bit. I don't need them to rush that into the pan, to serve me. I don't need.
How long Jade been out?
Jade been out 3 months.
All right, brother. I'm gonna ask you a question real quick, and I'm gonna take a risk. If you need me to cut this out of the video, I most certainly will, brother. I most certainly will. If you need me to cut this out, but I'm gonna ask you a question real quick, brother. I ain't gonna say you full government, brother Chili.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Have you ever been drunk at a college party before?
Of course, brother. You've been right beside me.
I have.
Like there been times when we try to get you drunk, Now I'm gonna have to avoid some projectiles. Like, let's not go there, bro.
El Rodeo.
We'll never forget that day,
El Rodeo.
I forgot about that so quick,
brother. I will never forget that day.
Hey,
Willie,
so
That was
man,
one
you
of the
ever know?
funniest days
dog,
ever.
Willie dove in the closet, dog.
Hey, man, you want to know how
Closet,
you don't think you know people too much, and these are your brothers that they know where all the bodies are buried.
man,
They know
brother.
where all the bodies are
Brother,
buried.
you right. I was right beside you, brother. And when the yams was tossed your way, I don't recall you ever just letting it cook for a day or two, brother. I remember
Man, you
you
gotta
being in
pounce
full
on
attack mode.
it.
Full attack mode. That's what I need with Bianca and Jade. I need full attack mode. I don't want to wait. I want to see that ASAP.
Nah, I know.
But nah, all jokes aside, I get what you're saying. We in the era of story building and storytelling. And you want to see that continue. So now I get that. I
would love to see if it was Naomi, let Jade and Naomi have a match. Maybe that at Mania. And Jade either win that or something happen that she loses. And because of that, her and Bianca are now actually at odds. And then let that build with Naomi and Bianca maybe being heels. I don't know. And let that lead into their own story and product between Jade and Bianca.
It would be, you know, what would be even more dope in my opinion if Naomi and Bianca and like the Street Profits had a joint heel stable. And they had that joint together as heels. You know what I'm saying? Because like we in the era where you can't play us like we stupid. Like everybody in their mama know Bianca and Tez are married. You know what I'm saying? What if they had that joint together? You know what I mean? I think that would be dope.
That. I would love to see that. No Naomi in it though.
Yeah,
But
take
I
her
would
out.
love to see
So have a Bianca heel turn and have her like
join
with
the
the Street
Profits.
Profits, but she like kind of like she's still doing her own thing, but they're a group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be dope. I like that. Are we locked in on Tiffany versus Charlotte?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We ain't got to spend more time on that then. Here's a tricky one. And I ain't gonna lie. If you would have asked me this last week, matter of fact, when you would ask me Sunday night, Willie, when we did this episode, I would have been locked in on this match. I'm having second thoughts, man, and I'll explain why here in a second. Who is Jay gonna choose? What title he going after?
Gunther.
Here's the tricky part.
It's personal with Gunther, man.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree it's personal with Gunther. Here's the tricky part, though. All right. The second part of this is Roman and Seth and Punk. All right. So it's already all over social media. So I called that, by the way. I said this for months. So they're gonna do a triple threat match between Punk, Roman, and Seth. It's looking like that's about to be official. Here's my issue though. I cannot see that match happening without a belt being on the line. Like when the last time we seen a triple? When the last time we seen a triple?
I'll throw that motherfucker right in that main event of night one, man, and let that motherfucker cook. They just did that shit last year, and that shit was on point.
But
it was a tag match, a fucking insignificant tag match, dog. Like I'm throwing that shit right at the end of night one. Motherfucking Jay and motherfucking Gunther cap off either start off night one or night two, and you good to go.
All right, so if it happens like that, this is how it happened. All right. Rollins qualifies for Elimination Chamber by beating Finn Balor in 2 weeks. We get to Elimination Chamber, and Roman calls Seth the match. Whether he attacks him backstage or whether he comes out and do what Logan Paul did last year and attacks him during the match as soon as the cage opens or whatever. We set up Seth versus Roman, right? That's locked in as the main event for night one or to night two, right? CM Punk comes in and cashes in the favor to make it a triple threat.
Absolutely not. No, he's not cashing in the favor just to get some get back.
That's all right. So that's what I'm saying.
He's not cashing in the favor for get back.
All right. So let's circle back to what you just said. How does that match not being for a title or some type of stipulation make sense then?
I think Punk is smart enough to know when to use that favor and understands that if like just to cash it in for the Mania moment, I get it, but
because the whole thing about thing has been about him main event and Mania. Like he wants to, that's his dream, main event and Mania. Like it's not. He would love to get the title at Mania, but his whole thing has been, I've never been in the main event. So what if that's locked in as the main event? And you're like, you know what? I hate both of them. Like, I'm gonna cast this favor in and get into the main event of Mania. Or the favor could be take Rollins out during the match and help me win this joint, so I can go on to face the challenge. To challenge Cody. We could get Cody versus Punk for the WWE title, and then get Roman versus Rollins in a one-on-one match.
That's possible. I can see that.
Now that
I think. And again, we talked in the last episode about what my thoughts are on John Cena and shit.
yeah.
But I can see, because I think Roman, all three of them are going to be in the fucking Elimination Chamber. Like, there's no way they're not going to sit on this fire and not cook. Like, ain't no way. Man, y'all get your minds out the damn gun.
Hey, I didn't say that.
Like,
That was sad. That was sad.
Yeah, I can hear moaning. I can hear moaning, bro. I don't know what's wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't think that was a pause. I was laughing.
It wasn't, bro.
My man set on fire.
Said no fire is not a pause, man. It's not.
It ain't, but there's no way I sitting on this heat and not gonna cook. Are seriously, Shaq? Fucking seriously, dog?
I laughed because Quincy laughed, dog.
Yo,
I'm looking at you, dog.
I'm looking at you, and you laughed, dog.
The only reason why I struggle with that is because, so Roman versus Rollins does not need a stipulation at all. But when the last time we seen like a triple threat or a fatal four-way at this big of a stage with nothing on the line? It almost feels like they would just be throwing that together if it doesn't happen, kind of similar to what I just said, or in a different way where there has to be a story built to it.
So I was looking, and there's no pay-per-views in Chicago in 2025. That's what I was banking on. But there is the only thing they have a SmackDown in Chicago.
In the interest of fairness, they haven't released a full pay-per-view schedule yet. It only goes up to August. Because right now, the report came out today that they're talking about in December, Cena's last match being at a PLE in Boston in December. And it's going to be called Ruthless Aggression. So they haven't released it. It doesn't go past August. I'm willing to bet money that they're going to have a pay-per-view in Chicago. They do every year. There's 3 cities that they always do a pay-per-view in every year. And that's LA, Chicago, and Philly.
Right, that's my bad. It goes. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it only go to SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it only go to SummerSlam. They haven't did the rest of it yet. Cause they haven't announced what War Games is going to be at yet. And I think they're doing a bash in Paris after Mania. I think it's bash in Paris this year. Yeah, it's bash in Paris this year after Mania. Then you got Money in the Bank, and then after Money in the Bank is SummerSlam. Yeah. So yeah.
Just a Elimination Chamber, NXT Roadblock, NXT, Stand Up Deliver Mania, the Draft, Backlash France in May, Money in the Bank, June, July, but not confirmed. SummerSlam in August. Yeah, Clash in Paris. That's in August. Glorified House Show.
Mm-hmm. So let's
NXT Crown Jewel November, Survivor Series November.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all it's listed up here. So
it's like putting a puzzle together. So what y'all think gonna happen with Cody? We're gonna circle back to that World Heavyweight title.
Either Punk or Cena. He's fighting either Punk or Cena. One of the two.
Okay.
I don't know who.
I
think Cena would be the good choice, but then that means he's winning an Elimination Chamber, and I don't want to see that.
I don't have that. Yeah, I don't have. I have. No, go ahead. Sir.
It's like just like we were saying last episode. Like what I want for his story is that kind of like clock is ticking. The last time is now, and he just keeps coming up short. At every event from Rumble, and loses an Elimination Chamber, and every PLE where he gets close to even getting close to the title or even competing for it, he loses, and it's like, yo, I don't know what's left to do, and then he finally wins it at maybe SummerSlam or at Ruthless Aggression. And again, what I want him to do is win it and then just vacate it. And then they do a tournament or something for it.
Yeah.
That's what I really want to see happen.
Yeah. I'm going to go. This is tough, man. But I'm going to go Cena versus Randy at Mania. I think that that's my pick for Cena. I don't have him winning the Chamber.
Cena versus Randy?
Yeah,
not
I got
Cena versus Cody?
Nah.
So I'm expecting, I was going to say KO versus Randy, but he's probably going to face
but judging what
Sammy.
happened, it's
KO.
And I'm fine with that. I'm fine
Yeah, I've
with
been
that.
saying KO versus Sammy since War Games.
Yeah, but Randy ain't been back yet to
Yet
get back on KO.
he can get his get back while Sammy out, because Sammy gonna be out for a while. He took the package foul driver. We can see
Maybe he does
Randy.
elimination
They can
chamber.
have that match at elimination
So
in
that's
Toronto.
gonna be a one match feud.
It might, it could be, because
He'll beat Randy.
KO
Talks
could beat up Randy again, or we could if Randy wins, then I could definitely see that being a one match feud. You know what I'm saying?
KO can't lose like back to back like that. Like
Yeah.
he can't get murdered at Royal Rumble and then Elimination Chamber, same thing happens again, man.
I can't see them having this elimination chamber in Toronto and KO nor Sammy is on this card. I think KO is definitely on this card. I think that's when we get KO versus Randy. But I think, Randy it's kind of one of those situations where you got two people who don't have a path to Mania, and then they get the chance to, have one last match or whatever. And then you get KO versus Sammy. The tricky part is just trying to figure out who's going to go after Cody. I think it's going to happen one or two ways. I think it's going to be, a part of me really think it's about to be CM Punk versus Cody. I really think it's going to be CM Punk versus Cody and Seth versus Roman. I could easily see the triple threat between Punk, Seth, and Roman. However, I could see Roman versus Punk versus Cody even more. But where does Seth fall in play? What if it's a fatal four-way between all four of them?
Yeah, like WrestleMania 2000. Ugh.
It'll be better than that. We're not even gonna disrespect them for it and act like it's gonna be anything like that match. No, that match was god awful. We're not gonna do that. They will figure it out. But yeah, that's the tricky part, man. But so y'all got one after Cody. Yeah, I'm with Willie. He would have to win the chamber, and I don't think. Like I said, I need that clock. I agree 100% with Willie on that clock is ticking story. But maybe it's a situation where he does win chamber, and part of that clock is ticking story is he gets his opportunity and loses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that could happen. That could very well happen. All right.
I would like that. I'd be fine with that too, man. Like
He would have to lose.
Like the old face versus the new face. And the new face wins because John is going to pit him over. It makes no sense for him to win there. I would love to see him win, hypothetically, if he won Mania and then goes to SummerSlam and faces Randy.
Yeah.
I would like that too.
The only person I would have Cody losing the title to at Mania is Jay. That's it. I don't think if he's in that triple threat, I think Cody walks out the champ. If he goes against CM Punk, I think he walks out as champ. If he goes against, I would hate to say this, but let's just say for giggles, he went against Seth Rollins. I think he still walks out as champ, even though I would want Seth to win that match. I think the only person that I could see Cody losing to is Jay. That's it. I see Cody walking out of Mania as champ. I don't think he's losing that belt. I think the title changing hands is going to be Jay versus Gunther. I think that's the title that's going to change hands. But I fully believe that we about to hit, boy. People gonna be pissed because they tired of Cody being champ.
So is the Cody heel turn then come at
I don't think. Matter of fact, I'm so glad you said that. Where's my one-on-one producer? Oh wait, that's me. I'm the producer. All right, cool. Y'all listen, y'all. Need y'all to understand how this works. This is business, right? When business is on the line, money is on the line, right? There's no money right now in Cody Homelander. There's no money in it right now. The kids don't want to see that. There's no money in it. Cody is not turning heel no time soon. In order for Cody to turn heel right now in this era under Trips, not Vince McMahon, but Trips, it has to be organic. They have to turn on Cody. And I don't know if y'all seen the Rumble or the last time, anytime Cody has come out, they ain't turning on that man anytime soon. For all the internet and social media hate, and I want to see Homelander and stuff like that, every time that man steps out, the crowd goes absolutely bananas. You hear Cody chants, you see the merch in the stands. Those kids love Cody, but it's different than the John Cena era because John Cena ain't get it out the mud the way that Cody left. Well, actually not left, got fired, had to go and start a whole nother company, make himself famous, and then come back and be champ. Like, it's
to
different.
Be fair, in between there, he was in New Japan doing his thing.
He got it out the mud.
He got it out the mud. So it's different now. I don't see them turning on Cody no time soon. And this is one of those things where it was only the adults that wanted to see. We got to remember what you say, Willie, about 6 episodes ago. If you want a PG product, that's WWE. If you don't want a PG product, then it's AEW. And part of being a PG product is it's not all about what the adults want. The kids is factoring that too. They don't just sell merchandise unless you're 18 and up. They sell merchandise to everybody. Cody, and with Cody, they love him, man, as who he is. And until, even if the adults start to boo, as long as that merchandise is moving, as long as Cody doing them appearances, because think about it, with all the interviews and the appearances and the stuff like that he's doing, who would replace him and do it at the level that he's doing it right now as a babyface? And my answer is nobody. Maybe Seth, but that's it.
I was going to say that.
The crowd has to organically turn on Cody in order for this to happen. Now, if the crowd turns on Cody the way they did him in AEW, the way they did Seth when he was Monday Night Messiah, when he was fighting Bray Wyatt or whatever, if the crowd turns on him, then he got to turn heel. But until that happens, he's not turning heel. That's my soapbox. So now I don't see Cody Homelander heel turn no time soon. I don't see that happening no time soon. I'm looking at my list to make sure I ain't forget anybody. Oh, one more person real quick. Logan Paul. He's going to have a match at Mania.
AJ or John Cena.
Who you got, Shaq?
Just in case like the title doesn't work out, John Cena. Like the chamber don't work out, I was going to say Cena.
I'm going Bad Bunny. I'm going Bad Bunny, dog. I'm going Bad Bunny. I think they already got reports that Bad Bunny has been training. I'm going Bad Bunny, yo. I think that's gonna. Part of me, I want to see that happen, and I really do think it's gonna happen.
All right, they're Bad Bunny and Logan Paul take it seriously, and they're good for what they are right now. They're good wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're good to be in a match by themselves. They're not that
Respectfully,
good.
I think it's an insult.
They're not good enough to be in a match by
all
themselves,
the other
especially on Mania.
experienced wrestlers on that damn roster to give them to a fucking Mania slot for a 10-minute match. I think that's very, very insulting. You got
It's insulting to Bailey that you want to put her on Stand and Deliver, but hey, business is business, right?
I changed my viewpoint on that though. I changed my viewpoint on that though. You know, but I do think it's insulting to any other wrestler on that card to give Bad Bunny and Logan Paul that side. Send them motherfuckers to Saudi Arabia for Crown Jewel for that, yeah. Or you know what I mean? Or when they do the Mexico PLE, whenever
they'll be on the card, just not by themselves. You can't put them two in a match together. More so about carrying a match, and if something goes wrong, they need a vet in there that can set things right on the course. I don't think they can carry a match by themselves.
Nah, more than likely. Who eliminated AJ Styles? Was it Logan?
Logan eliminated a lot of people, yeah.
He ain't not a lie. Logan only had 2 eliminations.
He was about to do the forearm, yeah.
So Logan,
AJ.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Logan. I mean, it's probably gonna be AJ. To be honest, I don't really. Well, do I want to see that match? Let me think about that again.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Logan LA Knight, as quiet as kept. Logan versus LA Knight at SummerSlam is one of the most underrated matches of all last year. That was a good match. And I remember the crowd, how the crowd reacted after that match. We was there. That was a good match.
Yeah, it was.
Underrated. I ain't saying it was a classic or anything, but it was a very underrated match. Nobody talked about it. Trying to make sure I ain't forget nobody.
Chelsea Green.
Oh, okay. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got no prediction for her. but I mean, do you got one, Willie?
Piper Niven.
Ooh.
Piper
Niven did accidentally eliminate her from the Rumble. That could be a good story. You think that's Mania worthy though? Okay.
Piper deserves it, man. She'll get a good pop for beating Chelsea. But again, it's just what you do after that. That's just a concern. That's my thoughts on that. One of the mid-card women's titles has to be on there.
I think both of them do. You destroy the credibility of them, both of them titles off rip. If you don't have both of them type on Mania.
Yeah. I think you should have all of your titles up for grabs at Mania.
Yeah.
So
you can't even have that match on the SmackDown before.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that hurt the tag titles. You had the tag titles being defended on the SmackDown before SummerSlam.
Yep.
And it was a tag.
Them
Yes, it
boys
was.
lost too. They said,
Yeah, and they
they
lost.
said, they said Johnny home back on an L,
They
bro.
lost. Sent Johnny and
In his
Sometime to
hometown.
L. And you called it too. I was like, I was in the sit. We were sitting there. I was like, nah, there's no way they're gonna do him like that. And so no. All you heard was Willie put him in the dirt.
Yeah, put him in the dirt. Put him in the dirt. Bury them boys, bro.
Yeah, man. I bet. Shaq, you got the Eudora, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got my message earlier, right?
Yeah, you ain't give me enough time to think about it, but yeah. But I'll go ahead. What you got? I was mad at that one. I wanted to ponder on that one.
So I said it. How much time
Bro,
you
you
need,
sent
man?
that joint at. Well, actually, I just missed it. Yeah, I'm looking
Thank
at it now.
you.
Nah, I saw the message. Q was over here. Quincy was over here. Me and him was chopping it up.
Oh, where Q in town?
Not Q. Q been here.
No, but like Q was over the crib. Yeah, Q was over the crib.
He was at the crib chopping it up, man.
Still, yeah, still, man. Q
I might
didn't
do a
no
quick
All This
Google search
right,
on
man.
that one.
You ain't do no all this
We'll
right,
talk
man.
about that off Lacker. We talked about that
Yeah,
too.
we'll skip all this stuff. But we'll edit all that out. We're at start from like 104. All right, so welcome y'all. So on this or that here on the pot. You all right there? You got some of your teeth, dog?
I felt like I had something in my teeth just now. I had to look and make sure I ain't been talking for an hour with something stuck in the middle of my teeth.
They're checking his teeth on the camera.
Boy, crazy, man.
Yo, all right. So on this or that, for those of you that are new to the podcast, where I come up with a random wrestling question, scenario, or hyperbole, and I just want to see what the fellas think about it. So, like I sent you all the text earlier, but everybody ignored me. I want you all to tell me what your pick would be. Just give me one for most underrated wrestling feud that doesn't get talked about as much, and why? Why do you feel it's very, or it's so good, but it's not as talked about?
I got two. I can't decide between one or the other. One is gonna come from WCW. And you know, you sent that at the time I was making those slides. Ray and Hoover too don't get talked about enough anymore. When we was coming up, it did, but it's almost got lost over time just how good that rivalry was. It wasn't much of a story to it. It was kind of on some super, like kind of like on some Andrade and Mello on steroids, where they just went out and they just had classic match after classic match, man. That rivalry was good, but you know what? Number one, matter of fact, my actual pick, I'm gonna go Undertaker and Yokozuna, man. Because as an Undertaker fan, I didn't think it was really possible for him to lose until he went against Yokozuna. Yokozuna was the first wrestler that, as a kid, I was like, "Yo, I don't know if Undertaker gonna win this match," and then he didn't. And then he did. You know,
They
what
had
I'm
a bunch
saying?
of niggas help him though. They had a bunch
Did
of niggas
Yoko
help
ever
him.
beat him clean?
It don't matter. He never
beat him.
I
won.
don't think he ever beat him clean. Yeah.
I mean, but I'm talking about my perspective as a kid. Like, I'm not
Okay.
factoring
All
that.
right. I got you.
As a kid growing up, I'm just like, yo, I want Undertaker to beat Yoko, and it almost seemed like he could never beat Yoko. Now, granted, like you said, a lot of times it won't clean. Like, even in that casket match, I believe that was at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I want to say, like, the whole locker room came out
where he ascended into the sky.
Everybody,
yeah.
It was on the screen like
that was terrible.
Right. It was
That was so bad.
It was, but as a kid, it was dope though.
As a kid, nope, that scared shit out of me, dog. Him in the casket talking, yeah.
I was, don't get me wrong. I went from kind of like being terrified of the Undertaker to being like the ultimate fan of Undertaker, man. I wanted Undertaker to be Yoko so bad. And I don't remember a rivalry as a kid like that where it was like Undertaker was almost unstoppable, man. And then you come across Yoko, man. It's like, and at that time, Yoko was beating everybody, whether it was clean or whether it was, you know what I'm saying, not clean. I mean, he was beating everybody, man. So, but that rivalry was good with the whole thing of Yoko low-key being scared of the casket. They had multiple matches after that, man. That's one of the first times as an adult where I can go back and watch the old Undertaker and be like, yeah, that was actually like a really good Undertaker match. Like, we'll get into, like, when we have our debate, we'll get into Undertaker and how good he was at selling that character and wrestling in character and stuff like that. Some of the me and Willie will admit some of those matches were not good. Those Yoko matches though, they stand out to me. You know what I'm saying? When he's actually like old dead man. Not the Undertaker that wrestled Shawn Michaels in Hell in a Cell. Talking about when he walking around with either the gray and the purple
With the
gloves.
purple tab.
Black and gray.
And that match stands out. So I'm going Taker and Yoko. That's my pick.
So I had did a quick Google search on some underrated feuds and scrolling, and I was looking for one that really touched me. Pause. That's pause worthy right there.
That's definitely pause worthy.
Yeah, it touched my soul. That made me think back on the time as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And one scrolling through, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this because I was like, I couldn't believe it happened. Bret Hart versus Bob Backlund.
Yeah.
I was Iron Man match. The I Quit match.
I was hurt.
And Bret Hart mama threw the damn towel in.
Mm-hmm.
Like old ass Bob Backlund and that crossface chicken.
Wasn't his mama or was it Owen? It wasn't Owen that threw the towel because that's what led to the feud between Owen and Bret.
You might be right.
Either way, I was hurt.
Yeah,
I was hurt as a kid.
I couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it, man. Bob Backlund, who is this guy?
Yeah,
like as
literally.
As a kid.
He was dogging motherfuckers. He came in there and was dogging everybody, bro.
Dogging.
Getting that crossface chicken wing and they was gunning.
Now, of course, as an adult, like we know the history of Bob Backlund, but as a kid, I never heard of this man before. I thought he was some random. I'm like, oh, Bret Hart gonna take this easily. And then he gets choked out. I'm like, yo, what is going on right now? Who is this guy? That's a good one, really.
That's what came to mind when I was just scrolling. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that one. That was a low key. You don't think about it, and the match was decent, in my opinion.
Then Bob beat him. Man, I might watch that match tonight. Then Bob
that's
beat him like,
I'm gonna watch that tonight, bro.
Then Bob beat him like 2 times in a row too. It wasn't just once. Then he beat him multiple times.
I'm not sure. I gotta.
Not sure, but I think it was. I do think it was Owen that threw the towel in.
It was.
Man,
yeah,
that's
I do think
crazy.
It was Owen that threw the towel in.
That's a good one. What's yours, Shaq?
I gotta go with the ECW, man. And every time I wanna, you cut this out, but I'm working on a video now of best feuds in wrestling history, and I want to put this one. It's like right there on the cusp. I'm trying to find a way to get it in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
But Raven versus Tommy Dreamer is an all-time feud in ECW, dog. Like,
well, it's not underrated though.
No, people don't talk about it. Like, if you know, you know.
ECW, though. Like, it's ECW.
That's why people don't talk about it. If you watch wrestling, you know. But from 95 to 97, feud was top notch. It has everything from psychology to the greatest David versus Goliath story with the underdog versus the nemesis. It has psychology, storytelling, introduction of new characters. Because of that, we got Beulah. Because of that feud, we got the Dudley Boys. Because of that, we got the BWO, Raven's Nest, which turned into Raven's Flock in WCW. Like the ultimate in just storytelling and how Tommy Dreamer could never beat Raven, like ever. It took that man 2 years. And then through the chair shot heard around the world, one of the greatest moments ever where Raven was tied up on the cage and Tommy swung that chair and hit him with it. Instant classic. And then when he finally beat him at, WrestlePalooza 97, like the place went insane. That feud has everything you want from like storytelling, psychology, introduction of new characters, putting people on, promos, like whatever you need, that feud has.
You know what?
Greatest wrestler from Yonkers of all time, man.
You know what I thought you was gonna say, Shaq?
What's that?
I thought you was gonna say Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, TNA.
That's a good one too.
That's pure dopeness.
I thought for sure you was gonna say that one.
But I'm more so talking about just like what you want in a wrestling feud, like this had, just because of the longevity of it. A 2-year feud, that's pretty good. Long-term storytelling, that's pretty good by wrestling stands for a 2-year feud.
Yeah.
And then the payoff in the losing Leafstown match where Raven was going to ECW, and that's how you pay it off. That's where Tommy finally gets his win.
You know what eventually is gonna be number 1 though in a few years? Tommy and Ciampa and Gargano. Only because Willie, what you say last episode?
NXT yeah.
Willie said last episode, and he was right. Part of being like that top dog is you got to have that look, and some people don't have that look, and that's why Ciampa and Gargano is back as a tag team now. Eventually, we'll want to turn on the other year, but that NXT rivalry, and that's why I say years from now, it's gonna get lost over time, unfortunately. But it's gonna be like you just said, like Willie just said, that wasn't underrated. And what was your follow up? If you know, you know.
Yeah,
And that's how that rivalry
that's
is
a good
gonna
way to
be.
explain it.
That's how that rivalry is gonna be. When we look back, like give it like 5-6 years, you know what I'm saying? When we try to look at their trajectory, it's gonna be one of those situations where if you know, you know, and that rivalry between them two and NXT is one of the best rivalries in all of WWE history.
Gold used to put on, boy.
Man, they got a NXT got a few. With between Finn and Samoa Joe, they got a few, man. Bailey and Sasha,
Sasha,
they got a few, but that Gargano and Ciampa one, man, that was one of those ones where literally if Trips was in charge the whole time, they could have led that straight into the main roster, man.
They could have. They could have.
But I think once again, I don't think they're gonna get that spotlight anymore simply because they just don't have that look, man.
They're not it no more. Like
They would have to be chosen, like the Yes Movement, like Kofi Mania, like Geek Mania. They would have to be actually chosen. You know what I'm saying? If any one of them is gonna be chosen, it's gonna be Gargano. It's not gonna be Ciampa. It's not gonna be Ciampa. So yeah, that's what's up, man. Well, look, man, we out of here. Great episode again, man. This is only part one of Road to WrestleMania, man. We're gonna do another one after the Chamber happens. It takes place because right now only one match is on the card and only 2 people are in the chamber. So we got a long way to go, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful thing about
we got
wrestling,
some good
man.
matches on Raw though. I mean, look, they was cooking with Seth. I mean, Punk versus Sammy.
Yeah,
that was a very good match. Yeah.
And y'all, it has finally happened. Y'all probably gonna hear us talk about more AEW. My gripe for those of you who are just tuning in, thank you. We got like, I didn't even tell y'all, we got like 10 or 15 new subscribers on YouTube.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all, man.
Brick by brick, we appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all,
we
man.
working hard, man. Thank y'all.
For those of you that's just now tuning in, man, the reason why I don't talk about AEW a lot is because I'm always frustrated. I like storytelling. I like the build-ups. And I'm not paying $60 every month for a pay-per-view. We not there yet. They ain't in the budget. But they are finally on Max. Grand Slam will be on Max. AEW Dynamite is on Max. I might even stream that Saturday or when Grand Slam is on Max. Cause I want to see Tony Storm in Australia. Buddy Matthews is on the card in Australia. There's somebody else from Australia that's going to be on the card as well. So Grand Slam match is going to be pretty dope. I might stream for that, man. So for those, if somebody's watching, like,
Al Fletcher, I believe, is from Australia.
Yeah, and I think he's going to be on the card.
Yeah.
But for those of you watching, right, if you saying we talk too much WWE, that's why I ain't paying. I don't have it. I ain't paying $60 every month for a pay-per-view because they uptick, but now that they on Max, we can get it cracking. So with that being said, man, make sure you like and subscribe to the content. Follow us. We on Instagram. We on YouTube. We on TikTok. We on Facebook. Soon to be on Google Play and iTunes. But until next time, man, be blessed. Have a great week and keep watching wrestling, man. We out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, peace out, man. Love y'all.